Hello and welcome to Championship Manager 0102. We have been sacked as the Inter Milan manager with a couple of games to go left in the season, so I thought we'd do a little bit of a season wrap, see what happened, see how it all wound up. If you've enjoyed the series, we'll be doing some more Championship Manager videos, but I'm not sure in which team or in which league just yet. Leave a like if you've enjoyed our plight and following along, but beyond that, let's take a look at what has happened. So as you can see, Inter has finished in 6th place in the Serie A, so they've dropped a couple of positions, dropped a position since we were fired. Level on points with Lazio, but Lazio, as you remember, we'd actually built a gap over before we got fired, so they've relatively lost ground. 2 points behind Parma, who had a bit of a woeful running. Juve only 2 points behind Milan, and Roma eventually runaway winners. Down in the relegation spots, Regina survived, Empoli only just scraping through in the end, as well as arguably Brescia. Como, Modena and Chievo all going down by, oh look, I say scraping through, but ultimately it was a 9-point gap between Regina and Como, so that was pretty clear cut. We take a look at Inter now. Our replacement is actually a little bit sad now. Gerard Houllier came in to replace us, so may he rest in peace. And at the time that I recorded this, news of his passing hadn't come through, so it was only when I've looked at it the day after that, yeah, quite sad what's happened there. But looking at what he did with the team after we left, he didn't really do much that you wouldn't have expected. So Empoli, he got a win, which I would have expected to win. Piacenza he beat, which I would have expected. He did beat Parma, which was unexpected. I wouldn't have thought that would happen, but he did have Francesco Toldo back by that stage, which most of our games against Parma, we were playing with a backup or a third string keeper. But then he lost to Bologna. So the win against Parma was almost negated, because I would have said that we would have lost against Parma and won against Bologna, but really, I don't think he's done that much better than we would have done. But I guess that wasn't the point of bringing him in any case. If we take a look at the results in those games, against Empoli, it was Recoba who scored and got the man of the match. Against Piacenza, Vieri got the man of the match. Crespo scored, and it's looking like the other one was an own goal. Yes, for Grenko. Parma was, we did take a look at before, Crespo a goal and Gulli a goal. Man of the match as well. Cannavaro played well, Gamara played well. But clearly hasn't. Did he play Cordoba in any of these games? Because Cordoba was playing super poorly. It could have been that I kept playing Cordoba that was the reason why I was sacked, because there were so many players that fans or board were unhappy with. Bologna finally, Toldo, pretty poor game. Everyone from Inter having a pretty poor game there. Salvetti with a goal, Bocconi with the man of the match, and Cipriani with a goal and a 7 rating. Yeah, taking a look at the squad, taking a look at the stats, you can see where our issue was. Like, Crespo, 41 appearances, 16 goals. Recoba, 28 appearances and 9 goals. Vieri, 32 appearances and 9 goals. Really, our forwards just absolutely let us down. Or let me down anyway. Having a look, Enrico Rossi still played well. Crespo and Vieri's average, Crespo's average rating went up. Vieri stayed about the same. Conceição's didn't really jump. Probably worth noting, Houllier moved back to the 4-4-2, which we probably would have done once Toldo came back ourselves. But just, oof, so brutal, deflating to have been let go. We'll take a look at the player stats for Serie A. Carrera, Samuel, Trezeguet, Leonardo, Pirlo, Inzaghi, Delicari, Shevchenko, Maldini and Cafu, your top 10 performers in the Serie A. Goals wise, Roberto Muzzi, Pippo Inzaghi, Vince Montella, Pirlo Lucarelli, Chiesa Rossini, Julio Ricardo Cruz, Dario Hubner, and Fabrizio Miccoli, the top 10 scorers. 18 being the top, then a slew of players on 16, 15, 14, 14, 13, 13. So, like, not really high goal kicking totals, really. Crespo there in 16th with his 11. So, it wasn't horrendous, I suppose. As far as conceded goes, I think I think Inter will be towards the bottom here. Nathan Coe with 2 conceded, Fontana with 9, and Toldo with 14. Unsurprisingly, given how few games he actually played. He only played 19 league games in the end, conceded 14 goals. Fontana playing 11 and conceding 9. So Fontana not playing too much worse than Toldo, really. Probably by virtue of that tactics change that we brought in. Assists, Cafu, Leonardo, Nedved, and Doni all absolutely owning the assist table. No one else really sort of coming close, particularly to Cafu. Nakamura, Shevchenko, Baggio, Baronio, and Blasi. Oh, Blasi, I suppose, but a whole host of players on 8, 7, and 6 to be expected. Then let's take, for joy's sake, let's take a look at the yellow cards. Vince Grella, the Aussie, really getting stuck in, it seems. Martin Jurek, Milanese, Kastraman, Appia, Darbo, and Viali. Oh, and Yep Stam also getting 7 yellow cards. So, interesting results there. Red cards, Željko Galac, again an Aussie. The Spider, 3 red cards. That's pretty extreme for a goalkeeper. Man of the matches, Pippo Inzaghi taking that out. 7 man of the matches, Simone Inzaghi with 6. So the brothers there. Brothers? Were they brothers or cousins? In any case, the relations, the Inzaghis, doing quite well. Adrian Mutu, Cafu, also with 6 man of the matches. For the sake of sakes, let's take a look at the Champions League final. Lazio has won the Champions League. Fiore with 2 goals, Chiesa with the man of the match, Couto with a goal, Pizarro with the goal, and an 8 for Bayern. So that's pretty good for Italy there. Like if we have a quick look at, well, one thing at a time. Parma being beaten on penalties in the UEFA Cup final. So Italian teams making the finals in both European competitions. Sebastian Frey, good game. Teresi, good game. Bonero, good game. So Honcho was the man of the match. Jerzy Dudek with a great. Oh, look at that! Mutu's missed a penalty in the 6th minute, and Barone was injured. So, Parma arguably should have won. What I was going to take a look at was the UEFA coefficients, because Italy doing fantastically on this table. 4 Champions League and 3 UEFA Cup spots, 1 Intertoto Cup spot. Conversely, England 3, 3, and 2. So, coefficient for Italy there, looking fantastic. Looking absolutely fantastic. We'll take a look at the Premier League table. Man U winning by, well, what's that, 9 points over Arsenal, who were themselves 8 points ahead of Leeds. Then there was a little bit, Liverpool a little bit closer, but like just the gap there, the league was so far apart. Fulham, Charlton, Birmingham all being relegated. So maybe I'll take a look at a Charlton save. Take a look at Charlton save. I was thinking maybe Nottingham Forest. Well, or Leeds. Yeah, still having to think. Anyway, Derby being promoted on penalties against Crystal Palace. And if we take a look at, I want to take a look at the league. Millwall going up as champions. Have a look at that. Leicester as well going up in the automatic promotion spot. Crystal Palace, Wolves, Portsmouth all in the playoff. Millwall, let's have a look at who performed really well for them. Because this is This is generally before Samba becomes really good. Timmy Cahill. Timmy Cahill has done super well, and he is wanted by Liverpool. Unsurprising. He goes to Liverpool a lot. In CMO 102, and I didn't have CM4, but I had CM 04, 03, 04? Yeah, because 04, CM4 was 02, 03. So yeah, CM 03, 04. Timmy Cahill, I was managing Millwall. Timmy Cahill goes to Liverpool. Liverpool are always knocking down the door for him. Dennis Wise played well. This is before Cherno Samba really sort of makes a puts in a good performance. God, what am I trying to say? Neil Harris. Have a look at that. 33 goals in 46 appearances, 38 and 51. Bloody incredible, my lad. What a rip-roaring performance there from the little nut. All right. That is awesome. All right. Do we have Cherno? Was Cherno got one appearance off the bench, so they're not playing him just yet. Is Millwall? Okay, let's take a look at France. As we know, PSG had an absolute howler. Lyon, I was going to say run away with it, but still only an 8-point lead. That's no worse than England. Nantes was not far behind that. Marseille not far behind that. Rennes only a point behind. Lens only a point behind, and PSG. So yeah, pretty between. Look, it runs down, but between what's that, 6th and 3rd? Really, it's quite close. It's only 2 wins in it. So well done there. Going down is Guingamp and Monaco. Wow. Monaco have been like, oof, I suppose like not a great team. Okay, so Shabani Nonda, Marcelo Gallardo, Jerome Rothen, Suleiman Kamara, Ludovic Giuli, Rafael Marquez, Patrice Evra. Not a bad team. They shouldn't have gone down. That's pretty rough stuff. Second division, Saint Etienne, Strasbourg, Istres, and Le Havre all going to the promotion play. Oh, does France have a promotion playoff that the bottom 2 teams play and the top 4 teams from Division 2 play each other at this stage? Doesn't feel right. Relegated. Relegated, and how does the 4 promotions work? Are they automatic promotions and then there's a playoff for those? All right, I'm hurting my brain. Moving on. Germany. Bayern winners only by 5 points over Leverkusen, who were 11 points clear of Dortmund, who not too far behind, 7 points ahead of Hertha. So that's interesting. The pretty big gap. You can't really say that was close. Really, it's Hamburg who have lost out there, being just the 1 point behind Hertha. Looking at relegation, it looks like Bielefeld, 1860, and Hunter Rostock have all gone down. Meanwhile, coming up are Freiburg, Köln, and Mainz. Very good effort from them. Lübeck, Berghausen, Oberhausen, and Mannheim all going down. Because, yeah, I am a self-professed Bundesliga fan, so that's probably more interesting to me than it is to others. Now, Barcelona winning the, La Liga. 11 points clear of Real Madrid, so really putting the sort in. Deportivo back in the glory days. Deportivo in 3rd, Athletic Bilbao in 4th, even on points. 1 point separating 2nd to 4th. So mighty close there. Alaves, Valladolid, and Espanyol all going down. In the second division, Real Oviedo going up. They're going to be playing La Liga in 02-03. Leganes and Tenerife both going up as well. Meanwhile, Las Palmas, Almeria, Getafe and Numancia are all going down from the Segunda. So, geez, some big names there. Big names there going down. Some interesting ones coming up. Spain's looking very interesting. Very, very interesting. Really, that wraps up sort of the world. What to say? The world awards. I just want to have a quick look and see if we've got some international awards. Here we go. So the player of the year was Ronaldo. Alba was runner-up, as well as Javier Saviola. World Footballer of the Year was Saviola, Alba and Pizarro in third. African Footballer of the Year is yet to be decided. European Footballer of the Year to be decided. South American to be decided. And Oceanic to be decided. Are there any European awards that we want to take a look at the moment? No, not particularly. It'll all be after the World Cup. That stuff is announced. So from there, I don't think we'll go through to the World Cup. Let me know if you're thinking you might like to see me either continue with this save, see if I can pick up a job anywhere. I've been applying left, right, and center, but nothing's been available, or we haven't been successful. To be more frank about it, it's the hard thing with Inter when you're sacked early. You don't have that time to build a reputation, so you're pretty much looking at the bottom leagues in any given nation. You're really scrapping to find a job at all. Freiburg, if we applied for Freiburg, no we haven't. Let's apply for Freiburg, seeing as they're going, it's interesting seeing as they're going up. So apply for Freiburg, and no one else. Alright, great, they accepted the offer. Okay, with that, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure bringing these videos to you. Look after yourself and let me know if you want me to continue with this one or possibly start a new save, which is probably where I'm leaning. So until then, we'll see you next time.